Alright all, welcome back to Junker Clunkers. Got my breakfast there. We're back on what we call the dump truck. Some people on the comments said that they were interested in seeing more of this jalopy, so they said that check engine light was flashing on the way in this morning. I wanted to connect to this today anyhow and see if there's anything. What year is this one? This is a 6? This is a 5 or a 6? This is a nothing because I can't read it. My brain's not computing yet. 11 of 5. So it's technically an 06, I guess. Let's see what the computer says it is. Come on. I'm gonna hop in the truck. Let's do automatic. That comes up as a 2006. And we're gonna do a code scan. What do you think? Engine misfire detected. Emission system vent valve. Engine speed output. I think we have some problems, guys. I think we have some problems. I wonder what else it's gonna find. Seems like it's gonna be an okay day. It's not as cold as yesterday, which is nice. If I had to guess, the vent valve issue, they told me that one of their guys replaced the sending unit, fuel pump. And I noticed that there's ratchet straps holding the tank up. And they said they have to wiggle something from time to time to make it run right. I don't know. Like I said, this is probably going to be a long project. ECM fault. Well, some of this could have been yesterday when we were making it run. Component dim cluster. So, yeah, because remember we unplugged some things and yeah. We're gonna have to erase this and see what comes back. Yeah, vent valve solenoids. But what we're gonna do is we'll save this for now. Just because I want to know what issues we did have. Okay, so 11 were erased. Let's see if anything came back immediately. That'll tell us if we have a sensor issue, probably. ECM fault. Great. So far, just ECM fault. Now that battery blowing up could have caused more issues than anything. Also, not knowing what other people have done to this is fun. So, scan's pretty much done. And what I'm gonna do is play around with some stuff here, guys. I'm gonna check. Yeah, that's all we got was just that. I'm gonna check and see if I get any. Let's display data, engine data. Let's see if that'll give me what I want. What I'm looking for is basically our sensors were working. Desired height. Let's see. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because that Oopsie. Retry. Was that my computer? Oopsie poopsie. Yeah, here we go. All right, so let's see if things work. Oopsie. Again. Yep, so the sensors are working, which is good. Doesn't sound like it's running rough or anything right this minute. Yeah, things are working like they're supposed to. So I am thinking that we have a bad cluster. We've got 1.3 engine oil pressure sensor. Well, if that's right, there's some problems. Let's let it run for a little bit, and we'll go from there. This isn't the most fun thing to watch, you know, trying to diag all these little issues. And everybody has a different way, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to let it run for a little bit. I'm probably going to go into Henry, and I'm going to take his cluster and put it in this, temporarily, obviously. And I'm going to see if it's the cluster that is the problem in this truck. I am leaning towards yes. If it is, then we'll just order one from a junkyard, go grab one from a junkyard, and then that problem will be fixed, hopefully. Also, what we have to do to this today is we need to get the wiring for the plow working again, because apparently we got like 6 inches of snow coming. This is one of their plow trucks, and she wants to use it on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so we have today and tomorrow, and then Friday is going to be a snow day, so I'm probably not going to be working that day. I don't know. I got plenty of stuff to do in my own shop, so. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to go and take the cluster out of Henry temporarily, throw it in this, see if it makes any difference, and go from there. I'll bring you all back once I do that. All right, guys. Unfortunately, same problem. We got something a little deeper to dive into. I'm going to go look up some schematics, and I'm guessing we lost the ground somewhere. It's the only thing I can think of, I mean. Alright, I will bring y'all back. Alright, guys. So, we figured out, this harness is a little weird, but we figured out that this one's right here is called B12, okay? B12 is going to be ground. If I probe it, you'll see ground. If I turn the key on, this next one back is B11. Can you see? 10.3 volts, right? The main thing is that this is supposed to be 12 volts, key on. If I this, I take and plug this in the right way, come on, get in there, man. Oh, man. What are you doing? Am I doing it wrong? Okay, the right way. And I go to B11. B11. There we go.
Power.
Everything works. Now, let's see. Okay, it's showing everything is working like it should. We have an ABS light on, a brake light, check engine light. Oil pressure is right around 30 something. 14 volts charging. About a quarter tank of gas. Transmission's cool. Engine's cool. So we're in park. Let me just see if I can. Yep. Tachometer's working like it should. So I'm waiting for the customer to get back to me, but I kind of already know what the answer is going to be. We have two options. We can either A, chase that wire to the next point, the next junction, see if we're having a problem there. If not, keep chasing it until we find the problem. That could be hours worth of work, lots of more, into it. Or we can clip the wire, cap it off, and run a new 12-volt reference. I'm guessing that's probably what they're going to do. This is a work truck. It's not causing any other issues that I found yet. It's older. That's probably what most people would do. Honestly, it's probably what I would do, because I wouldn't want to dig into something and spend a buttload of time and money. So that's pretty much going to be the conclusion, I believe, to that part. I know that some of you guys were asking for a second video, which, hey, I'll attempt to video everything, but it takes up time, especially when you're working. So I'm gonna go to lunch, and I'm gonna wait for the customer to get back to me. And it's now snowing, apparently. Did you just see that?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna close up, lock up for lunch, and then we'll be back, and hopefully they give me an idea. We still have plow wiring to go, so, and it was misfiring this morning, so it probably needs a clean up. This truck still needs a lot to get going correctly, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get out. We'll be back as soon as we know. At all, I've run a new power wire into the fuse box. I have it onto a key on, power on, so it'll shut off when the truck shuts off. Haven't tried it, just plugged everything in. It's not bolted in. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Everything seems to be operating like it should be. I'm gonna let the gauges finagle. I'll let it run for a couple minutes. Make sure everything is working like it should. I don't know about that brake light. I'll look into that in a little bit. But it seems to work. Let me make sure it shuts off with the key. Yeah, shuts off with the key. Comes up. 174,000. Got less miles than my truck on it. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let's let it run. Voltage seems a bit high, but maybe it'll finagle itself. Let's see if the temperature gauge comes up. Oil pressure's right where it should be. We'll bring you guys back here in a couple minutes. All right, guys, so we have a PO449 vent valve. It's intermittent. I cleared the codes. Once again, I'm going to clear the codes every time I get something working, I know they said something to do with the fuel tank was dropped and not put in properly, so that'll be something we have to look at. Once again, not sure if I'm going to bring you along for that. I really have no idea. I'm going to let this run for a few minutes, and I'm going to get the backstory on the plow and if everything operated correctly on that before. And then I'll go under and start cleaning up the wire in there and start hooking that up. Once I get it all hooked up and it's not burning to the ground, we'll drive to the yard and grab the plow, at least hook it up over there and make sure it works properly. And then I'll probably be about it for the day, but this still got a couple hours worth of work here, so let's get at it. Just giving you all a quick update. There was some wires down here. I'm sure I pointed them out yesterday. I just snip and spliced them together and put the heat shrink in the middle of them, get better connection. As you can see, no more wires. You can see, except for over there, but You can't see any more wires hanging down, which is nice. I put this plow connection behind. I can't do anything here yet. I have the covers for it, but we're going to be replacing the shifter mechanism thing, because this is a famous thing on these Chevys. They get loose, and that's what that one has become. So we're doing pretty good there. I'm going to put a couple of self tappers in here because the clips are all messed up, and then that way that'll hold up. And then we're going to move on to the outside to the truck side plow wiring. All right, I'll start taking a look at some of this wiring. I'll have to take those off, put them on that new end. I have the new end for this in the truck. I don't know why everybody leaves those off. There's other connections, and then other connections, and then other connections. Oi. We come over here, and the ground is hooked up, but the power's not. I'm just hoping when we hook this thing up, it's not gonna go boom, you know. I love the zip tie central here. Could have, you know, made that look a little better. We will, at least, you know, cut the ends, tighten them up, make it look better. I still want to know what in the heck is that fuel line just sitting there for? It must be a replacement. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna clean all these connections, wire wheel them. I have another end that's coming off in that. And as long as the truck doesn't burn down to the ground, we will put that all together, start it, bring it to the yard, hook up the plow, and then hopefully everything works, and then we're done for the day. I don't know if that's going to be how it goes. I'm hoping, because they told me there was no issues with the plow before. I don't know. Here we go. Let's check it out. All right, all. We decided, I'll show you when we pop the hood, but customer came over. We decided not to hook up everything else because there's a, in the back, there's a dump. Oh, can't see. I think it's my computer. There's a dump that I have to look at, and a sander, and the second battery, I guess, wasn't working right. So we left all that out of the equation. I just hooked up the plow setup, dielectric grease, put the new terminal on, tightened it all up, cleaned the wires. Now I'm heading over to the yard, and I'm going to check out and see if the plow will lift and drop and side to side. Hi, Brent.
Hi.
Hi. All right. I'll see you guys over there. All right, all. We got it all dielectric greased up. Pretty slow, but there you go. I think we got the at this point in time, I think we got the main issues taken care of. Take a look in the cab, Brent. I don't know what the hell that ticking noise is, but I don't really care right now. Dash cluster's working. Lights, as far as I know, they're working. It runs, it drives, it goes down the road. I gotta do the shifter mechanism tomorrow. I'm not gonna record that. I think that's gonna be pretty boring. There's a million videos of how-to out there. So I'm gonna call this one done for now. If something else interesting happens on it, we'll bring you back. I know they have an issue with the dump body. They said they threw some tools back here and it arced out. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out at some point, but I don't know if we're gonna bring you along or not. Let me know down in the comments if it's something you'd like to see. This is what I'm working on for now. I think that might be that vent valve clicking on and off. I'm not really sure. But anyhow, we're gonna get on out of here. It's what, 4:30 or so right now. Almost quitting time. So remember to like, share, subscribe.
Or don't.
Or don't.